All right. Think we're back. Are we back? Ooh, that's better. Can we get some light in there? Is this better? Need some light. Let there be light. All right, so we're back, folks, to the Late Night Garage Podcast. We get everyone back? Okay, everyone's back here. Cool. We're good now. Now we're ready to rock. All right. All right, so we're back on the podcast. We had a little FOOP computer issue there, but we are back up and running now. Let's get to the chase. Let's get to the good stuff while you guys here. Yeah, I got my Patriots hoodie on tonight. Am I in a car? Yeah, well, kind of a car. It's a Honda CRV to be specific. Yeah, I broadcast. I'm not kidding. This really is the Late Night Garage Podcast. I broadcast from the garage every night. I used to do the live show in my living room. That was, I woke the baby up too much when that started happening. Then I tried going in the dining room. We kind of have like an open concept situation going on in our first floor, and the sound just goes upstairs. It just wasn't working because we got too into this. So here we are in the garage. It's the only safe place in the house. Yeah. All right, so anyway, let's talk about some things here, folks, on the agenda. So I want to talk about, obviously, the big story of the day, the national news, which I just can't get enough of. I don't know about you people, is Jussie Smollett. Like, you can just inject Jussie Smollett updates into my veins all day, and I would be satisfied, right? Like, I could just fucking literally talk about Jussie Smollett all day. So, fucking FOOPA computer again. So obviously the big update with Jussie Smollett today was that he turned himself in. He was arrested. He had a warrant out for him. He's being charged. Maximum he can face is like 1.5 to 3 years in jail, which I hate to break it to you people. Jussie Smollett, today is the only day he'll ever see the inside of a jail cell. Jussie Smollett's not going to jail. He's going to get probation. If the maximum is 3 years, I don't care what the crime is. If the maximum is 3 years, and like if you can get sentenced from 1 to 3 years, that's code for you're not going to jail. All right? He's not going to jail. So don't think he's going to jail. He should go to jail for a long time, but he will not go to jail. You can mark my words on that. But it doesn't mean that he's not the biggest douchebag who has ever lived. All right. He is a racist piece of shit. He tried to ignite a race war in this country with this bullshit. And as you saw from a lot of the reactions from the Yahoos, they did. Now, people are like, why did he do this? Now, the Chicago police held a press conference today, and it was really good. The superintendent of the police got out there, and he basically ripped into Jussie Smollett. He was pissed. You could tell the cops were pissed. They brought out everyone today, because they've probably been working round the clock on this. And the first thing he said was something to the extent of, I wish there were this many people here at a press conference when, somebody got shot. I think like 64 people have been shot in the 3 weeks or whatever in Chicago while this has been going on. So he's been taking all those resources away into his stupid Nigerian hide-and-seek game that he basically played with society. And he did this, right? And it can't be underemphasized, right? He did this because he knew people would believe it. If he thought that people would not believe this, he never would have wasted his time on it. He knew his audience, and he played into them, right? And so, obviously, he is going to go down for this, and most, not all liberals, but most will distance themselves from him because liberals are really good at, throwing people under the bus. That's what they're experts at, is trying to outwoke each other, right? And even though Jussie is intersectional in that he is both black and gay, he checks off 2 boxes. That's not good enough, right? You can't just make shit up like this. They're going to throw you under the bus. So a lot of people are saying, well, they'll coddle. They're not going to coddle shit, right? They're not going to coddle this dude. They view him as like somebody that fucks shit up for them. What about my fake hate crime in the future? Like, you're going to fuck it up for all of us, dude. So, they're also what I disagreed with the cops, and I don't think they're being honest about this, right? The cops said that the reason he did this was for money, right? That he wanted to make more money on Empire. Now, I don't know if you guys ever watched Empire before. I had no idea what Empire was about. I watched the trailer last night. I like Terrence Howard. Terrence Howard's a good actor. I like him a lot. Just kind of typecasted, but he's a good actor, right? And I watched the show. The premise of the show, I guess, is that he owns this Empire Records thing. He was like a gangster who was saved by music, right? And he's got 3 people. He's got ALS, and he's going to die in 3 years. And he's got 3 people that can take over Empire Records. And they have to, like, prove that they should take it over. 2 of them are his sons, and the other one's Jussie. And Jussie's gay. And Terrence Howard and the older black community are hesitant to embrace homosexuality. Of course, you know, his gayness had to be brought into this or whatever. And yeah, so that's basically, he plays himself kind of in this show. So, they are going to, the show's eventually going to get rid of him. They're not going to have him on there anymore. But I don't think he did it for money, man. Right? Because how does that, you explain to me how that works, right? So he makes a fake hate crime, everyone feels bad for him, and then Terrence Howard and Fox are like, we're going to give you a raise, motherfucker. No, that doesn't make any sense. Suppose that did happen, that would be a real big gamble on his part. It wouldn't like be guaranteed to have more money. And the more they go with the money narrative, the more the real problem gets swept under the table. The real problem, guys, is politics. That was the reason he did it. This was nothing more than a political stunt with the end game that Donald Trump does not win in 2020. That's all this was, right? They're hoping that the way that they will win this election is by convincing Americans that Donald Trump has changed this country so drastically that because of his words and his actions, there are mobs of people out there looking to lynch gay black people on the streets. That is his goal in doing this, right? And to an extent, it worked, right? Because people were dumb enough to fall for it. I mean, how freaking stupid do you have to be to fall for it? I did the blog today, right? Of you know, all the people that tweeted their sympathy for him and whatever, in 3 main categories. The media, the politicians, and celebrities. Now, celebrities are not there because they're smart. They're just stupid people. And a lot of these celebrities are actors and actresses. So we saw the Ellen Page thing. How many of you guys watched that video? Like, it was so absurd. You know, she's like literally crying. Like, and Jussie, I send him all my love, all of it. And because of this, because of Mike Pence and his conversion therapy, connect the dots. Connect the dots. There are going to be people beaten in the streets. Kids are going to kill themselves. No. Because of Mike Pence and his conversion therapy. Oh my God. And because of that, this needs to fucking end. And then they all clap. And then Stephen Colbert, who's a comedian, shakes her hand. It's like, okay, so this needs to end. We all agree. Lynching black dudes in the street, not good. What are we supposed to do now? Like, what action am I supposed to take? What is my next move? What do I hold a sign? Do I press a button? No, because these people don't actually want to fix anything. They just want to be theatrical and go on TV and act like they're part of the solution by, like, you know, tweeting about it. That's all these people do. I highly doubt anybody who actually tweeted about this on the 29th. Kamala Harris, Joe Biden, any of these people. None of them actually looked into this. None of them. Because had they done so, anyone with the brain, the only one who I think might have actually fallen for this is Alyssa Milano. Because Alyssa Milano went full retard quite some time ago. She's like literally the stupidest person on the internet. The rest of them, Kamala Harris is not stupid, man. Kamala Harris is a freaking prosecutor. She spent her life, right, putting criminals in jail. Like, she's not stupid. These are politicians, right? None of them actually believe this happened. They're all full of shit liars, which is why now that the facts have come out and they get interviewed about it, they're just like, we should wait for more facts. Kirsten Gillibrand said that. And by the way, the superintendent specifically called out, and I like that in his speech, he called out presidential candidates who talked about this. Like, as in, shame on you bitches for falling for this shit and helping us spread this shit. He took it personally. He mentioned, like, Chicago. Like, he took it personally that, like, his city was being labeled as a racist city because of this. Oh, welcome to Boston. Now you know how we feel when we're constantly labeled as the most racist city in America. Welcome to the club, Chicago. Now you know how it feels. We had Adam Jones. You got Jussie Smollett. So it sucks, right? It's terrible. So anyway, I don't think any of them actually believed this, like I said, except for Alyssa Milano. And none of them are, very few people are walking it back. Many of them did the dirty delete. I almost have more respect for the people keeping it up than I do the Nancy Pelosi's of the world, right? There's a few others that did that too. Adam Schiff. Adam Schiff is the guy who is running the Trump witch hunt. He's the guy who is in charge in the House of finding out collusion with the Russians and Trump, right? This is the guy that we're supposed to be entrusting this to. He's so naive and stupid that he instinctively believes this unbelievable fairy tale. You know what that tells you about Adam Schiff? It tells you that he will believe anything that makes Donald Trump look bad. And this is the guy that's in charge of the investigation. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? What a freaking joke. Now, I voted for Barack Obama. I don't necessarily regret it. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I kind of voted for him because he was black, racist, whatever. Plus, I'm like, I voted for Bush. We had 8 years of Bush. We can switch parties. We'll be okay. Plus, this guy doesn't seem nearly as bad as Hillary Clinton. So I'm not like one of these always vote Republican guys. But I am now. Let me make that clear. I would never even consider voting for a Democrat over the last 3 or 4 months with all this bullshit. Covington, Kavanaugh, and Smollett. That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know. That if we let Democrats take over the country, that's like we're literally going to be run by psychopaths who do not believe in due process and who believe in hysteria and mob rule, etc. It takes a lot to make Republicans look normal and make Donald Trump look less crazy. But these people have found a way. And yeah, so yeah, like North Shore Turtle Babe says in the comments, they are scouring the depths of the interwebs each and every second to find anything to latch on to fit their narrative. So anyway, I can't do it. You know, it's just absolute insanity. I don't trust them. Honestly, as a white male, I feel like I can't do it, right? Like, the villain is always me, right? People who look like me are always the bad guy. Like, they're never going after Jussie Smollett's of the world, are they? They're never going after the transgender midget. They're always going after the straw man, which is the white guy, right? And I'm not being like, oh, white guys are oppressed. I'm not one of those, right? But we are the ones that you frequently like to make the villains in your freaking stories. Like, it's never like, it's like back in the 80s, the black guy was the evil villain, right? In everybody's story that they made up. Everybody was lying about some crime that was committed against. Like, oh, it's a black guy. Oh, it's a black guy. Now it's like, oh, it's a white guy in her MAGA hat. Oh, yeah. So, like South Shore Turtle Girl pointed out in her blog there, does anybody even notice, like, the writing on the hat with MAGA anymore? Does it even matter what words are on there? You could literally write anything on a red hat as long as it had white letters and they were all capitalized, and people would come after you. You could be like, friggin' peace, love, and happiness to all. Or Pocahontas 2020. And everyone would hate you because they would just see the red and the white. It's like a visceral reaction to these people. They're insane. They're absolutely freaking insane. All right. So, there was something else I want to talk about. Oh, the Toro White thing was the other one I want to talk about. This video, I forgot about this video, right? Until someone pointed out yesterday, I guess, that she was in the Turtlegram and Gazette. So this was back in our heyday this came out. Who remembers the free speech march last year? And this was another reason I'm like further never voting for a Democrat, because I refuse to be on this team. This team is Team Insanity. So we saw this article in the paper. This new pizza shop's opening in Worcester called Revolution Pizza, and their cover girl is Tora White. And oh, she looks familiar. She was featured in a Turtleboy blog last year. She was also in Ratchet Madness, if you recall. And she was at the free speech rally in Boston. And this is when you know the left had lost their mind, because this was just literally a rally of exercising your First Amendment rights. Like, it was like a bunch of Bernie voters and Shiva in the middle of a gazebo, and 40,000 people showed up. Can we just watch some of the clip of this movie, this video? Can we just relive this? I know it's an old blog, but I watched it again. I'm like, oh, I forgot how much I hate these people. Like, I genuinely despise them. I hate being in the same area as them. But you know what? It is what it is. Unlike them, I can actually live amongst them. They can't live amongst me. Like, I drive them too crazy, but I can actually live amongst them and not want to kill them. Like, I can just laugh at them. So here's the scene, right? We got a guy who is literally like a hippie kind of guy, kind of an interesting weirdo. He shows up on a bike or something. Hold on, let me pause this.
Is not productive.
Okay, we're going to pause it real quick. So, he shows up at the Boston Common, and he just wants to talk to them about whatever. But they're not interested in talking. They're interested in groupthink. That's how these people operate. And when he is actually... Just watch this. Let's watch what happens.
Yes! Imagine. Would you please have a conversation with me? Not shouting, not interrupting each other. Please tell me why I should join your political movement.
Here's a reason why.
I came here
because it's the right thing to do. Because people have been oppressed for years. For many fucking years.
You guys see that? Watch that again. Watch what she says. Why should I join your cause? Now watch what Tora White does here.
Because people have been oppressed for years. For many fucking years.
Who does she point to? She points to the black woman. She goes, because people have been oppressed for years. For many fucking years. See my black friend here? Ask her. She's oppressed. Ask her. Black people are oppressed. I read about it in school one time. We are literally a mob of thousands of white people, but we got one black person, and she's oppressed. Even ask her. Ask her how oppressed she is with her gold chain and her freaking fingernails and her iPhones, right, and her hairdo and all that. She's very oppressed. Even ask her, right? You're black. You're oppressed. This is the definition of racism. When you believe that all people of a certain skin color experience and view life in the same way, you are a racist. So let's watch what happens.
Heard of what empathy is?
I am aware.
Placing yourself in the shoes of another person.
Are you aware
Come on.
that half the hell is paved with good intentions?
Are you really going to say that shit right now? People have every right to be angry.
Oh, good God.
People who don't speak out directly against white supremacies are taking their side, because that's what they're looking for. They're looking for complacent people, people who are willing to just talk it out. They're looking for people to lie down and take.
Okay, so she goes, the white supremacists are looking for people who want to just talk it out. And that kind of sums up where these people are coming from, right? Because they are not interested in anyone who wants to have a discussion and talk things out. They hate that. All they can do is just say, get in line, groupthink, say everything that we're saying, and just pat each other on the back, and that is how we will make the world a better place. Oh, you want to have an intellectual discussion about ideas? Can't have that. That's what the white supremacists want. So here we go.
So what?
not done. Excuse me.
You've interrupted me 5 times so far.
I don't care. This is our place. These people. This is our space. Yours is on the other side of that goddamn fence. If you want to be complacent and stand up for their right to speak freely, then you can go over there and stand with them.
I'm standing
Okay.
here.
Okay, so like, if you want to speak freely, right, in America, get the fuck out of the Boston Common. What do you think this is? A public park? Does this look like the capital of a major state? Does this look like the birthplace of freedom in America? Get the fuck out of here with your freedoms. Take your freedoms and go to the other side of the wall. Oh, wait, we hate walls. Never mind. Just go stand over yonder and sit in a corner and think about what a douchebag you are for wanting to have conversations with people. So then Tora chimes in.
Listen, right here, this is our spot, which is hate.
Oh, come on. This is the best part. Come on.
Fucking
There we go.
Standing right here.
listen, right here, this is our spot, which is hate fucking for equality. Not for your white supremacy Nazi shit.
I'm not here for white
So
supremacy.
why are you here?
I'm here to talk.
You're here. You should be here for equal rights.
Oh, my God. This is a hate fucking free zone. This is not like a Nazi white supremacist bullshit. And you want to talk to us? Are you fucking crazy? Like, they're literally, like, this is the left. Like, this is not some outlier, guys. This is the left. This is like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez would fit in well with them. And she is not some outlier. She is the person who is driving the party agenda. She's leading hands of this person. Do you know how hard it is to make Donald Trump look normal? These people are doing that. These people are doing that. Go on.
What? Have you ever been oppressed?
Have you ever been oppressed?
No! I know, you're a white straight male, am I correct? Am I correct? You're a white straight male.
When
Have you been oppressed?
When?
It's literally the oppression Olympics. Are you oppressed? When have you been oppressed? You are a white straight male. I don't know anything about you, but you have never been oppressed because of the way you look. Newsflash on no one in America is oppressed. Literally no one. The fact that you're down here talking and saying whatever the fuck you want, there isn't a single oppressed individual in our entire country. Only a sheltered, stupid American would be that naive to actually believe that. So, he's like, we'll see what happens.
Never!
When I was growing up, I had the shit kicked out of me for being white. Good. So you advocate violence.
Did you see that? So you advocate violence. Yeah. Like, they're not kidding. Like, this is who they are. They're like, yeah, if you want to speak freely and you want to ask questions and you are a white male, yeah, we'll kick the shit out of you. And here's all the Antifas there with their mouths covered.
You kicked out of me by police before. I'm white.
Well, yeah, you're wearing a mask over your
You're not
face.
oppressed.
Yeah, good, because I stand against your bullshit.
What bullshit is that?
Fucking fascism.
How much would you love to punch him in the
I'm quite
face?
the opposite.
Oh, yeah?
I'm in favor of small government.
Oh, bullshit.
I don't want to see governmental control.
Please see what you do.
I am not part deaf.
Why do you think you're better than her?
Well, I'm not. I don't think that I'm better than other people. If anything, I think that I'm worse than other people.
You're a white supremacist.
Fucking hell, get your moped, get the fuck out.
You just make zero sense.
I don't understand.
That's cool.
I don't
I'm here to try to talk about my opinion.
Oh my
Y'all are
God.
here to shout at me.
wants to fucking hear it.
Nope.
I want to talk to y'all.
About what?
Oh, they're getting so mad.
Stop talking about how you're beat up as a kid. No one gives a shit. Say what you want to say. You're right here. There's cameras. Let's go.
Oh my
You
God.
never got laid. We understand that. Get out of here. No one cares that you're pissed at minorities because of that.
Nazi fuck.
I'm not a
Nazi
Nazi.
fuck?
You sure?
Yes.
You sure? Yeah. Pretty sure.
I strongly, in the most severe terms that I can.
I'm against Nazis.
You just told me that this is a side for free speech.
So then-
That's a side for Nazis. I want this side.
I mean, look how ugly these people are. Can we just talk about that? Really, really scraping the bottom of the barrel. You know, really just running out of options. This is all this is. This is a rally of people who have run out of options, and they're really mad about it, and they want someone to blame for the fact that they are physically disgusting. That's what they are. They're just projecting all this negative things that they're projecting. They're all just unhappy people, largely because they don't like the way that they look in the mirror. That's just a fucking fact. They're fucking freaks. They all have nose rings and like stupid hair, and they're morbidly obese or whatever. They're just ugly fucking people. And this is why I like Turtleboy, right? Because our readers are very attractive per capita. Like, every time I see a commenter and they, like, write something funny and I'll, like, hover over their thing, I'm like, oh, she's hot. Definitely. Like, you're all hot. Like, better way. Because we like, when we wake up in the morning and we look in the mirror, we like what we see. Don't we, guys? So there we go. So continue.
What hateful thing have I said so far?
What the fuck do you
You're
want?
defending the alt-right side.
No, the
No, he's not.
alt-right is a bunch of racist
So what are you
supremacists.
What is your argument?
I don't have an argument. I'm here to talk to y'all. I want to
You
hear
don't
your
have an
opinion.
argument.
No, what the fuck do you want to say?
Huh? I don't want to say anything.
You were just... Go!
Oh, God. They lost their mind. Get the fuck out of here.
No, I'm good.
There you go. Good. Yeah, that's fucking.
Like, I believe this is what they would call bullying normally, right? Like, bullying. Like, it's literally a mob of people saying, get the fuck out of here. Nice helmet, fag. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, this is literally bullying. Like, these are the people that whine about bullying all the time. They're fucking bullying. Their lack of self-awareness is just fantastic.
You're wearing a mask over your face, so you can't see my You haven't really talked to me all that much.
Get the fuck out.
Nobody wants you here! Go home! Get the fuck out!
Now I start getting pissed. Now it's scary. Now it's like a fucking mob.
Yes, sir.
Why did you come to a free speech rally if you had nothing to say?
I wanted to listen.
All right.
I love that guy. All right, that's it. That's it. That's it. I like that
So
guy.
far, I've talked to a lot of very convincing.
Get going.
I'm sorry.
Get
now.
going. And now he's got a hand on him. See that hand right there? That right there, okay, is when you start fucking people up. The second, like, this is when I get pissed, okay? The second, like, fine, you want to yell at me, you want to be a douchebag, whatever. Okay, I can deal with that. The second you lay a fucking hand on me is when I take that America helmet that he has and I crack it over your stupid fucking skull and I beat you with it, okay? Until there's just fucking blood fucking everywhere. And it will be a pleasure. It will be a pleasure because you fucking started it. Okay, and these fucking this is what they're all about, guys. This is physical violence. He's being touched now, okay? And this is when I get really pissed about it. And this is what the country will look like, right, if we just give control to these fucking nut jobs. Just leave.
I'm thinking about you. You have to just leave.
Like, I love how they're like, you know, this guy in here is like trying to be the good cop. He's like, I'm thinking about your protection, man. Just get out of here. Why don't you be, instead of a sheep, right? If you really care about people, tell these fucking psychopaths like Tora White. This chick is evil, man. Like, fuck her. SJW Hunter was too nice in that blog. Fuck her. She should never work again. We should fucking follow this bitch around and make sure she never fucking works again. Fuck her. She's fucking evil. And until she has a full apology, right, and just comes out and says, look, I was such a fucking bitch that day, right? I'm so sorry. I should be better than that. I've learned my lesson. I'm not that person anymore. Until she does that, she should be hounded by this video every day for the rest of her life, okay? Fuck her. Fuck all these people in this video. I hate them. And this guy, too. That's the one that hit him.
Get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here.
I said so.
Because I said so. then he just gets. I mean, this is like scary. This is like in Schindler's List when that scene when they're like, "Goodbye, Jews." Those kids are yelling that. It's like that's what this is. This is just a mob of people like just being awful. Like 40,000 of them. The mayor of Boston condoned this, right? He like was participated in this, and it's just like this is what the left stands for. This is when I watched this. I'm like, oh yeah, I'll never forget this shit. There's videos like this every fucking day in America, every day, and you can't blame Trump for it, guys. You can't do it. Like, I'm sorry if it's your behavior that's caught. You don't get to say, well, Trump is, I don't agree with his politics. Therefore, I have to act like this. No, you don't. You still have self-control. You're choosing to act like this. So, yeah, anyway. Let's go to any questions, right? Let's see. You touch me and you're done. I think a link should be sent to the pizza place. I agree. I mean, I feel like we were too nice to that chick. I mean, I don't want to destroy a small business or anything like that, and they shouldn't deserve to be, but, like, did they not Google her? Like, of all the people you can make for your freaking spokesperson, you're going to have her on there? I don't know. We'll see. The pizza looks good, though, I got to say. Anyway, any questions you guys have? Let's do a little Ask Turtleboy. You guys can ask me anything. I'll answer it as best I can. They want to destroy you, Uncle. Who does? Yeah, I mean, yeah, they want to kind of destroy me. I kind of cause the same, our blog causes the same reaction that Trump does, just on a smaller scale, right? It's more localized. But unlike Trump, I'm not a billionaire, so that's why we have a freaking PayPal button. Let's see. Any news on the mailers? Nah, not much came of that. I talked to the FBI about it. But there ain't much they can do. The new MyGat hat, North Shore Turtle Babe, is that what you're talking about? If that's what you're talking about, I'm pretty sure they ship it within a day or two. So, no, it's not a big gulp, Chris. It's an iced coffee. I have one every night around this time. Let's see. South Shore Turtle Girl needs to come around on Donnie T. The alternative is crazy. Oh, Donald Trump. Yeah, I mean, she doesn't like Donald Trump. What can I say? When Donald Trump was elected, she stopped blogging for 3 weeks. So it is what it is, and she'll never come around to that. I mean, Donald Trump is a hard sell, guys. He really is. Like, he says stupid shit a lot, and it's like, it's kind of hard to defend it. Like, my whole defense of Trump is like, look at the alternative. That's my biggest sell for Donald Trump, is that it sure beats the hell out of that. So but that's not exactly the strongest sell in the world, right? And so, yeah. Like, I can't get that enthusiastic about a fucking wall and shit. And even as, like, a guy that voted for him, I'm sorry, but, like, I don't see a fucking wall, do you? I don't see any walls here. Where the fuck's the wall at? Oh, it's the Democrats' fault. Well, they fucking played you, didn't they? You knew Democrats existed when you got elected, and you told me there was going to be a wall. I don't see a fucking wall. So, I kind of hold them to that. Like, where's the fucking wall at? Not that a wall would fix much, but whatever. Where would you take us if you were driving us riders on a turtle carpool ride? Oh, we go to Ware. I'd drive you guys to Ware. And then we go to Webster and Southbridge. We do a little, we hit Southbridge, Webster, and maybe Coleraine if we had enough time. That's where I go with you guys. How's the whiny Rhode Island lady? Which one's that? I honestly forget. There's been so many. But he never backtracks. Yeah. What's going on with the Dartmouth Poon? Who's the Dart? Oh, I forgot about the Dartmouth one. I haven't heard from that one to be heard in a couple. I think it's next week. So we'll see what happens with that. That's eventually, I'm pretty confident we'll get dismissed. Let's see what else people are saying. Yard sale for lawyer lady. I don't follow. Yard sale for lawyer lady. Hillary should be in jail. Yeah. What's going on with the case of the missing guy? Honestly, I don't know. I forgot about it. It's like, he's still missing. I don't know what else to say about that. Is Obama his daddy? I guess so. They've been building it, actually. Let's see. Oh, the Narcisi lady. Yeah, her. Yeah, I mean, she's still crazy on Facebook and YouTube, and I'm sure we haven't heard the last of her. Let's see. What's a great question? Chris says. Let's see. DCF and DTA. I want to go. Oh, that about the bone right, I think you're saying. You should do a debate. You should debate that podcast douche Jeff May from the comments earlier. I mean, Jeff May, I used to teach with Jeff May. Jeff used to be a teacher at Charlton Middle School when I was a teacher at Shepherd Hill. So that's how I know Jeff, right? We don't agree on very much politically, obviously. But I don't mind Jeff. I mean, I like, as long as you can come on and disagree with what we're saying till the cows come home. Like, I don't care. The only thing I don't like is when people come on there and report us. That's what I hate. Right? That's it. Let's see. Trying to spread the turtle up here in Vermont. Yeah, we got to get up in Vermont more. Unc, if you ever find yourself lost in the backwoods of Hubbardston, I love Hubbardston. Hubbardston is one of my favorite towns. I would live there if there were actually houses and shit. Hubbardston's cool because you can drive so fast through it, right? That's how I get to Gardner. I go through Hubbardston. I really like going to Hubbardston a lot. The cell phone service isn't great, but you can drive really fast in Hubbardston. That's the one appeal of that town that I like. Let's see. Everyone's still defending Thong Man on Fall River. Yeah, fuck those people. Have you ever seen the socialist protest videos on YouTube outside City Hall from a year or two ago? I've seen some of them, not all of them. Do you follow Brandon Tatum? No, but I've heard I should, so I might have to start following him on Twitter now that I'm back on Twitter for now, people. I'm up to like 500 followers, so follow at TB Daily News if you want to keep up with us while you can. Did the lady writing about how free is your speech lady ever say anything else? I'm not sure what that... Sorry, I don't know what that refers to. Hope you do something on Warren's reparations soon. What reparations? I liked it on last Saturday when that idiot picked up the phone and thought Brett was his brother. Yeah, that was good. How long do you think Jussie will make it before he gets his ass actually beat? Never. Jussie will never get beat up. He's a millionaire. He's got like bodyguards and people around him. And like I said, he'll never spend another night in jail. Today was the only day Jussie Smollett will ever see the inside of a jail cell. His career's over, but he'll never go to jail. I'm telling you. What's up with UMass hockey? Looking great. Are they still number one in the country? They were number one last time I saw. But I put him down. Who'd I put down? Oh, that guy? What about him? Who'd I put down? I don't know what you're talking about. Has Joe Rogan contacted you? Oh, no. God, no. Believe it. If Joe Rogan contacted me, you all would know. Little slow tonight, Uncle? I don't know. It's coming in like 30 seconds later. I'll definitely check out Brandon Tatum's. I'll check that out. The girl who was getting death threats. Come on. The girl who was getting death threats from Turtle Riders right before. Oh, yeah, no. Bridget Fetisi. No, I haven't heard back much from her. Just, she's emailed me a couple times. I don't know if she's still working on it, whatever, but you keep trying. Eventually, whatever, you know. He was reportedly on set tonight. Was he really, Jussie Smollett? Because it looks like the producer is standing by him, which is wild. Wild. But I also heard Fox is dumping him. I can't imagine they'll keep him on. I can't imagine. It'd be kind of weird if you were like friends with Jussie Smollett, right? Like, what do you say? Because you know in your heart of hearts he's lying, right? It's kind of awkward. But you love him anyway because he's like your friend and all that shit. It's got to be weird to be friends with Jussie Smollett right now or one of his coworkers. Because you got to know he's bullshit, right? And it's just like, how do you continue this relationship if he doesn't? He has to admit it. That's one thing he has to do. He's got to admit it. Because it's undeniable. All this shit they know. He wrote him a freaking check. A check. Who writes a freaking check for that? Have you ever laundered money before, dude? Stop it. Stop it. A freaking check. Oh my God, it's the most traceable thing ever. And by the way, I love the Nigerian brothers. Every time I see their pictures or their video in the store, I just start cracking up. It's like, where did he find these two? This is fantastic theater. All right. let's see. Talk to you in 5 years. That's what you say. Nah, man, I'm telling you, he's not going to jail. He's not. You guys think he's going to jail? There's no way. Rich people in America don't go to jail. That's not how it works. Right? You're not going to jail. Like, he should go to jail. Don't get me wrong. But he ain't going to jail. Which kind of disproves this whole, like, the system is against black men. Nah, the system's against poor people. The system's fine with anybody with money. That's why OJ got off. Stop it. Stop it. It's almost as if he really wants to get caught, North Shore Turtle Babe says. I really think he's just stupid. Like, I think he's like, so. I just crack up every time I see him. I think they're absolutely fantastic. They should get their own show, those two. The Nigerian brothers. I can watch a whole show about them. Just going around doing stupid shit. Give them a contract. They saved America. They were until they showed up and flipped on him, this never would have gotten solved. To me, they're heroes. Let's see. Roseanne was dropped real quick. Yeah, definitely Roseanne was dropped real quick, but she's on the right team. You forget that. She's on the right team. Bill Cosby, though, Rich, went to jail. Well, Bill Cosby literally raped like 20 women. Like, he raped everyone. And he really only has to serve like 3 years, right? And it took him like 80 fucking years to go to jail. So, like that's basically what I mean. If you're rich, you got to rape 20 people to spend 3 years in jail, basically. Yeah. And if you're OJ, you got to kill 2 people, and then you don't even go to jail for that until you rob someone else to get your shit back. Then you go to jail. Yeah. Yeah, the judge does not look very merciful. I think it's like an angry black dude. And, angry black dudes don't take your shit, dude. I'm telling you right now. You're better off with a white guy. That'd be cool. I mean, that'd be cool if just some freaking old school black dude judge just laid the smackdown on him. I would like that a lot. That would make me very happy. Nothing would make me happier than sending Jussie to jail. I don't feel bad for him in the least. I might have if he wasn't such a freaking douchebag. Every time I watch that, the Robin Roberts interview, I just watch it and I'm like, oh, fuck him. Oh, fuck him. Not just the acting or whatever, but just like, he really thinks he's like better than everyone else. Like, he's so condescending. When he said something like this, when he's like, and when people say they don't know how this could happen, I don't prick. You arrogant fucking prick with your elitist attitude. Like, he's trying to lecture us like, oh, I see. You're just not aware of institutional racism. Ooh, you need some diversity training in your life. I see. Oh, that's when I fucking really hate that motherfucker, You invented the term racism industrial complex. I did invent the term racism industrial complex, and it's so friggin' accurate. It's so true. I mean, these people, this was another example of the racism industrial complex in action. What about the death threats with the fake? I'm thinking that's where they could get him, right? If they can lay that one on him, which he has not even been charged with that yet, then you can get something, Yeah, I mean, he might go to Martha Stewart jail if he goes at all, but I highly doubt it. Yeah, like Micah Mortis says, he would have been perfectly okay with 2 white dudes going to jail because he insisted in the Robin Roberts interview, right, that the 2 people who did this to him were the 2 guys in the video. So if they had just said, oh, we got 2 guys here. You willing to, they're the 2 guys in the video. You willing to sign a complaint and send them to jail? He said, yes. Yeah, I'll do it. And then it turned out that they were his buddies. And he's like, oh, shit. Now I'm like, imagine the moment he found that out when they found the Nigerians. That's when he knew it was over. Like this, the day the Nigerians fucking surfaced was a bad day for Jussie Smollett. A bad day. I was just amazed that people were surprised he would fake a hate crime because they don't read Turtleboy, Dave. They don't read Turtleboy. If you read Turtleboy, you know how common this shit is, right? You know how common this shit is. Watch, he's gonna say this is some kind of social experiment. That's what he should say. Maybe North Shore should be his freaking confidant or something. You should go give him advice. he'll play like it was part of the script for his next event. Yeah. I wonder how Robin Roberts feels after being used for this, considering the culture. It's a good question. I don't know. Good question. Well, shame on her. Shame on her. She didn't ask any good questions. She deserves to be embarrassed too. Right? Yeah. They should have done a fake lineup. That would have been fun, huh? If they did a lineup and it was just all white guys. And then you put the 2 Nigerians at the end just to fuck with them. Man, I like the way you guys are thinking. All right. So any last minute questions before we call it a wrap here? Who doesn't read Turtleboy? Blasphemy. I agree with you. Listen, I feel like you're missing out if you don't read Turtleboy. You're really missing the real news, if you will. All right. So looks like that's about it. We will see you people for the live show on Saturday night. And we wish you all the best. And we will see you all then. All right. Peace, Turtle Riders.